Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 265 of Factorio with the C-Block mod. Well, in the last episodes, we finally got some lithium-ion batteries, and we're just manually putting those into the things we would like to prioritize being made over everything else, like these robot frames. And we are taking those currently manually and putting them in here because I want construction robots first for myself before we start using the batteries for everything else. Did I let these be used? Yes. So we could make a higher tier roboport now if we wanted to. I'm not sure we want to, so I'm just gonna not put that down. Let's have a look what else you can use these for. What have I forgotten? I've done those two. This for personal robopods, this for my robots. I haven't done science, I have done better batteries, and that's it. Okie dokie. So we could potentially just let the robots have the batteries from now on. Because I've gotten everything I want, even some extra stuff. Let's do that then. We'll need more frames. Frames are slow. So let's just help a little bit. Good. How about the next tier of tools for robots? We can do those now. I'm not going to though. Because we don't have half the ingredients anyway. Is this what we just made? No. So we can actually get more tiers if we just... We need advanced processing units. And then we need silver zinc batteries, but whatever. We are already better than we were. We just need better power production, to be honest. We could look into yellow science now then to get a portable fusion reactor. That's 200 science. I seem to remember that this is basically the same thing, but I'm probably wrong about that. So let's focus on this one, if we want to do it. Because we have everything for this, or can make it easily. So, yellow science. We don't really have this available anywhere. At least I don't think so. I don't think we're even making it anywhere. Dang it, stop it. We're going to need it soon, but I think I would like to do these things in an outpost. Unless we're just bootstrapping everything, of course. And Evan knows I like bootstrapping. Just to get ahead. But I don't think we're going to do this right now. I think we're going to work on our outposts instead. And make sure that our farming keeps working. So steel is actually done. Let's remove that. We could start by making stuff like carbon, since we need it in here and we're currently doing that manually. So working on reducing our manual workload would be nice. Plastic is something we need to make at some point as well, but we're doing that at our fluid outpost, I guess. Let's start with carbon, because that's easy and well, easy to realize, fast to make. But let's go to our farming first, because that's my small child right now that I care about very much. Probably should remove the requests from these back seed extractors, because they are just making it stop itself every now and then. So should we just do that? Every time we do this, we should get... No, we won't get twice as many, because we use most of it back into these. We get, what? 2 of these every time we do it. 2 alien plant life samples. And we need that 15 times for a total of 30 to make a new garden. And we have 15 of these. No, we have 30. So every time I do that, I get 2 gardens. If my math is anywhere near correct. Whoops. Let's remove some requested chests here. Oh, I like these new robots already. So this is of course not enough to keep these running, but it's better than me having to come back here all the time. Let's just distribute this stuff. And I didn't get any gardens? No, too bad. We still have alienated fertilizer. Did we fix our alien goo problem? We had too little artificial fish water because we had too few barrels. Still don't have enough barrels, but we are working on that, producing more. Since we have steel in now, so that's good. Okay, where do we want our carbon outpost to be? We can either turn this around and go down now, which requires work, or we can just go here and make an outpost where there's less work. Or we could go in here. I think I'm just gonna go in there. We need that space for something, and I think carbon production is going to be a very small setup. And we are just here, yes. We even try and fit 2 small setups here, if we wanted to. One going in here, one coming in here. Let's see. At least we're going to start small with this one. Almost perfect. Oh yeah, I should probably grab even more robots. Now that we have hopefully more frames. No? I didn't put any batteries in. Dang it, I'm stupid. And I don't have enough rails for this area. Let's go grab some batteries and put into our robot production. Or we could put them on a train and get in them a little more automatically. Of course, this is stopped for whatever reason. Perchlorate, of course. This stuff needs to get in. No, that's not really a lot of batteries. Let's just bring those manually this time. So we already have a lot of batteries in here. Yes. And that's actually enough frames to get me working. So I can put those into the network now. Which means I can just put these into the network as well, but let's just get some in here first. Good, that's 70, 78. And we get some of these as well, but I'm not too worried about those. 78 is a good start. We can only use 60 anyway, yes. Okie dokie. Back to carbon. I needed rail for that, and we have that now. Good, let's bring the train. Okay. So we're gonna run out of landfill here soon, but we probably don't need more space than this anyway. I'm gonna shoot some worms though, just in case. And we need more space for stations still. Whoops. Still no landfill in there? No. Over. We'll need charcoal in, right? Unless we want to do this. We're going to need this at some point. So maybe we should bring some sodium hydroxide in here. And have some normal production as well. We're gonna start with normal production though, because I can do that right now and I don't want to get too distracted. %30 is done in not too many machines. And in not too many boilers either. Oh, we need to do one of these, I guess. That one. Not that one either. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out. That's no problem. Do we maybe want to go bigger from the beginning though? Sure. 2 red belts. We do need more space because we need charcoal in and the carbon out. What are the ratios between these? We need less charcoal than we get carbon. Okay. Good. Let's just put down what we can of this station. Oh, so close. Any reason why this isn't in here? Even if we didn't want this to overlap with those inserters, we could just keep these splitters here. That's not right. What am I doing wrong? Oh, did I just not make it right from the beginning? Yeah, it goes 2000. So this might be a little bit messy, and that is probably why we're not doing it. Because these need to go under again. So we can get these in and balance. And then we are there and have saved 2 tiles. Well, this is a good saving, I guess. Right. At least I like it in this one instance. Maybe we won't use it in the blueprint, but we'll see. Let's get some stuff in here. Carbon fuel. Let's just be lazy. Paste this. Charcoal. It is carbon when making it, not coke, right? Yes. This is just called coke purification for whatever reason. But it's fine. Just carbon. And this is just carbon. Good. The fuel train should get here right away after it takes in fuel. Wait, what's wrong with that train? Oh, I put it to manually at some point. I do need to come here though. Carbon fuel. Empty all the time. And right away after filling up. Good. We'll have a lane here for charcoal. Or belts. For the 60 we do need more than one belt of this. Which sucks a little bit. But if we do it symmetrically, then we're probably fine anyway. So you do carbon. That really makes no sense. Good, so we need to make the steam at some point. How much do we need here? 30 every 2 seconds with a crafting speed of 2.25. So more than 30 per second. 37.5 according to my math. No, that's probably not right. We need 600 per second, so 300 on each side per second. Good. A boiler does how much? 40, 60 per second, so 5 of those for 300 on each side. And we need how much water? Can we handle it with one offshore pump? Yes, it's just 300. Something like that. I did start wanting to stack my things this way instead of the other way. And then proceeded to only do it here. But these shorter setups again, it seems more scalable that way. I think we are going to have our 4 lanes just going down directly from here. Like that. And then build out from there. And we needed how many liquefiers? 18. Let's see where we get here. 16. I guess there's no real reason to keep it in pairs of 2s. And I don't have any landfill. Are we good right here though? Sort of. I don't actually know if these need to be this wide or if we should put them closer together, but we'll find out. We need charcoal in and 2 belts of carbon out. Power. It's fine, I guess. And output goes. Okay, just take that, please. No, actually, let's not take that. We need it to be the other way around. And is it powered by this? No, unfortunately not. Don't want that part in here. Okay, is this everything? We need it to be balanced, of course, and we need it to be very fast. So we should probably upgrade these. And do we have a train here? Yes, good. What? Where did I get fast inserters from? I wanted stack inserters. Good. Power. And let's just duplicate this piece by piece. Except I don't think I want the dual power poles. I think we'll just go part one tile and have it in the middle. And hopefully we can fix the crossing wires. Thank you. All of this should just be rotatable, except no, just this part. And then this part mirrors. And this part stays the same. No, it mirrors. It can't mirror. We do that then. And then that. No. And power these as well. You go to charcoal or for cargo and get to carbon charcoal for an empty cargo. Go. Right after I fuel you, at least. Put those in there. So we needed 40 carbon for this, which is 20 here. Guess we will just have to push it over after each. Yeah, I think that's the easiest at least. Or we could do that after every 2 only. At least with all of them. So this is enough to feed this setup at least. And do 60. After this we would have to push everything over and then we are one belt lower. Yes. Okie dokie. Is the train coming back? There it is. Let's keep our research going. Good, and we have carbon. And we just want those to come up here. I think we'll just put a belt into each side for now. Something like that, sure. Except it would be nice for this to go under, but it's probably getting redirected if we ever want to increase our production here. Which I'm not too sure about. Great, we have carbon. Except that this is not finished. We need landfill. Let's grab some. I think I left some landfill over at the old landfill production when we made space for these train stations. I might be wrong though. Doesn't look like it. Oh well, we'll go to the actual production then. I'm not waiting around for robots. Do we need anything from here? I think so. Let's have a look at our battery production. That's not batteries. This is batteries. It's still going, but it's probably needing something. Like carbon, which is what we're trying to make, but it's not out of it yet. Is this 9 per second? Maybe it is. Wait, we're actually doing pretty fine here. We have, what, 2.8k. We actually have extra of this lying around, that's awesome. Let's just make sure that that stays the same, stays the case. Okay, and carbon will just make it even better. So let's go and do that. How's our farming doing? Are producing more plant life samples. We have gardens in here, so that does seem to be working as intended. Should really get some more nuclear power down and maybe start removing all of this stuff. Where is the carbon? Right over here. Good. Actually, let's just put the full blueprint in again. Though that might actually mess some stuff up. So let's do this instead. Just need those to stay connected, so that should be fine. And we need this part as well. Can we mirror that? Yes. Good. That's a lot of carbon done. Good. And we wanted to send it. We didn't make a train over here, right, for it? Nope. Oh. Lithium, carbon, MG, go. Just get some over there right now, please. Just in case. It is empty, so yeah. Good, so that's one more step done. This is already being made. Plastic is not. And cobalt oxide is not. Cobalt oxide will have to wait. Plastic we could work on now, if we want to. Or we could... Why do we even have all of this? I don't know, but let's keep it for now. This is all of our things we want to do in outposts, since we have either removed it or want to remove it. This still just sits here because we might want mashed potatoes at some point. And just because I want to, let's go to farming and just help redistribute the gardens a little bit, if possible. So it's not a problem for us that these are actually running. It's a problem for us that they have a requester chest with one garden in it that is not allowed to be used for anything. That is the problem. So we just need fewer requester chests. Could of course have shared, but we are not doing that. Okay, what's the plan here? Plastic. Let's unlink this and just say 60 of this as well, because this might be a little bit more than we want at our fluid processing area. Is this actually a better recipe in any way? Is it cheaper? Is it less processing? Is it... well, it's more processing, but is it less machines because we need a huge amount of propane, maybe? So 100 naphtha becomes 100 propane. We can, well, take half of the propane needed and just replace it with the same amount of naphtha, so that is 1-to-1. The polyethylene, though, comes from ethylene at a 2-to-1 ratio. Which comes from ethane at a 60-to-80 or 6-to-8 or 3-to-4. And that comes from natural gas, just like methane. And methane is something we need for propane, right? No, we can just use naphtha. Or methanol from methane. We have plenty of ways to do it in either case. I think we're just staying with propane. Just to decide on something. There's a lot of machines though. We need huge amounts of this, which requires huge amounts of crude oil. Or crude oil and residual gas. No, that doesn't make a lot of naphtha. Have this recipe, so can we actually make this? Yes. So that's 3-to-2. That is a lot of machines though. This is a lot of plastic, but at some point I think we'll need it. So I will, I think, make it like this. Or make it in these amounts, I mean. Question is if it's better to do this. That's a lot of oil refineries. And we need even more oil gas crackers. Maybe. No, not that many, but... Then we need to use all of our sulfuric wastewater on this stuff. And this stuff. No, wait, we make sulfuric wastewater there, but we use a lot more here. 800 of those. $600 of those to make 60 plastic per second. Now this all looks like something we want at fluid processing. We could maybe outsource these. It's just that the amounts needed will not interact very well with the rest of the system. Other than just having extras of these that we can use for other things then. Let's keep this here and let's make another production block for another attempt at this. I'll see other recipes. If we use polyethylene, for example, we need 600 naphtha. So that's still a lot of these machines. It is a lot less, obviously, 1/4. But we also need some of this, and some of this, and some of this. It's ethane we need, right? Yes. So 30 ethane or 30 ethane. Or 20 ethane. Doesn't matter too much. That is a lot of machines for that. Wait, what? We're getting sidetracked here, I think. Yes. This does not look like a way to go. So maybe this is just stupid. Ethylene. Okay. From ethanol instead of from ethane. Potentially from nutrient pulp, just to make our farming actually worth something. Or from cellulose fiber. Or from all of this. I think I'm just gonna go for this, though this sucks. Is that really necessary for... I can't believe that there's no simple recipe for this plastic stuff. Or not simple, but something that isn't requiring 600 machines of some sort. Plus the extra 400, 600. More than 1,000 machines just to make 60 per second. That doesn't seem reasonable. Of course, we could just scale it for beacons and stuff, which we probably will, but it still sucks. And go for the next tier of this, maybe. Plastic. Which requires yellow sands, so we can't really do that. We could just set up something that produces a lot less and then wait until we have that recipe, though. Would it make it any better? Formaldehyde from methanol. So far so good. And this part is pretty simple. We could get all of that methanol we needed for the other recipe for this from this as well, but this is all fine. And we need some electrolyzers for the hydrogen, but let's ignore that for now. So Phenyl. Yellow metal catalysts. That is not something we have yet, and we don't have any of those recipes actually. Well, would they be unlocked with plastic 3 then? Would they be unlocked here? Phenyl, yes. Benzene into phenyl, or benzene and propene into phenyl and acetone. We do have blue metal catalyst, but let's think for the future a little bit here. Methane into benzene, or butane into benzene. And butane is again a lot of machines doing this stuff from oil. And this is more raw gas than we needed for all of this. So unless we have another way of getting here, then butane or oh, what was it? Butane or something else. Need butane in this case, which is what we get the least of. So that's probably just a bad recipe. We should do methane instead, maybe? We can get methane from methanol, like with this stuff, right? Or am I wrong? Or is it the other way around? You can make methanol from methane. "90 methane gas in 6 seconds. 50 in 6 seconds, and 60 in 4 seconds. So that would be 90 in 6 seconds as well. So this is slightly less raw gas, but the amount of complexity it adds is not great. I guess we should try to do puffer farming for this stuff, just because of how much of this we would need from LTA farms. I mean, this is a lot less machines, but it's going to be a heck of a lot harder to design something we like than this. This we could just assume that we can make the machines 10 times faster with beacons at some point, and then go for 6 per second for now. And with 1/10 of the machines. So many decisions. This requires recipes we don't even have yet, so we can't really do that right now. The raw gas here, though. Wait, where does the raw gas go in here? Oh, we make raw gas here. Oh, so we can turn some of this into the other recipe. Don't have to do this. Wait, what? We're already doing that here. And then we, with this recipe, utilize the crude oil, and then we could, with this recipe, utilize the raw gas. The raw gas from this is already more than enough to make the same 60 in here. So yeah, you should probably be doing both. Then is the next question. How much of this do we want to do at our fluid processing? all of it, maybe? I don't know. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.